Now we begin. What up, pilgrims? What's going on? It's your man Brian, back for another week of the Spaghetti Western Jamboree. What do we do here? Of course, we talk about spaghetti westerns, also known as Italo westerns, also known as Euro westerns. Those are the films that were made specifically by the Italians in Almeria, Spain, from the year, I would say, 1965, 66 to the 70s. And I would say, like, the last time, the last spaghetti, I think it was Keoma or Manaja, A Man Called Blade. And I think that was about 76. So yeah, it was a period really that's surprisingly brief when you stop and think about it. Only about a decade. And yet it was a decade that produced, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 300 Westerns. And luckily, a lot of time has gone by, so it's very easy to pick out the movies that are worth watching and the ones that are especially worth watching. Anybody, of course, if that even has a remote interest, or even if you're a beginner when it comes to spaghetti westerns, go to the Spaghetti Western Database online, spaghettiwesterndatabase.com. They have a top 20 list. They have a top 40 list. They have an alternative top 20 list. Everything you want to know about spaghetti westerns is there. So go check it out. And I know that some of the people over there watch this the stream. So much love to you. The work that those fellows do over there is fantastic. They are keeping the fire burning. They are keeping the flag flying for spaghetti westerns. Tonight's movie is NAVAJO. NAVAJO. It's very difficult for me to actually mention the title to this movie without singing the theme song, of course, by the great, the one and the only Ennio Morricone. Why this and not some of the other Corbucci movies, right? For instance, I was thinking this week maybe doing Compañeros, which is a great movie, better than tonight's movie. Another Corbucci movie that's better than tonight's movie, The Mercenary, right? Those are great films. But I wanted to cover this one for a couple of reasons. The main reason being that it doesn't get enough attention, doesn't get enough love. It's kind of the redheaded stepchild of the Corbucci movies and of spaghetti westerns in general, to a large degree, because its star, Burt Reynolds, fucking hated this movie. It was not a happy production. Evidently, he was looking forward to making this movie because he thought he was going to be working with Sergio Leone. And he was hoping that this movie was going to do for his career what Fistful of Dollars had done for Clint Eastwood's career. And he got there and then found out, no, you're not working with Leone. You're working with Corbucci. So he felt like he'd been kind of baited and switched. And I can understand being pissed about that, but then he acted like a bitch on set, evidently. And he and the director, Corbucci, did not get along. And evidently, he and the crew actually actively fucked with Reynolds while they're making this. Anyway, we'll get on to the seedy details. But first of all, kind of bring on my boy, your boy, Matt. What's going on, brother? Brother, man. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Are you muting yourself or unmuting yourself, or you're... Wait.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah,
there we go.
Having a little bit of rum right here. How you doing?
Yeehaw. I'm all right. Well, no, actually, I'm fucked up. I did not get a good night's sleep last night. I'm running just on fucking caffeine and willpower at this point. But I'll soldier through. I'll get through it. It'll be okay.
I've been all about the westerns lately.
How are you doing now?
I'm doing great, man. I just launched my Western Butch Cleaver on my comic. And it's very inspired by spaghetti westerns. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have the link in the description during the show. So it's a gothic horror western, spaghetti and hammered up. So
yeah, boy. And then there of course is our brother, my fellow Ink Slayer, Sim.
What's up?
What's up?
Great. I really enjoyed that movie.
Excellent.
I just got through like half of it rewatching it, but yeah, it was a great fun.
Okay.
Good. Hey, it's going down memory lane. It's been a fucking while since I've seen that movie, but yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the movies that they would show on TV when I was a kid because it had Burt Reynolds in it.
Yeah, but that's all I was researching before, like especially since you said that, he was like hated that movie. I'm like, yeah. What's his first movie?
What is his first? Well, I remember seeing the oldest thing I've ever seen him in was an episode of The Twilight Zone. But his very first feature, I don't know.
Angel Baby. It was literally a few years before this one. Technically, he made Angel Baby, Armored Command, Operation CIA. Then it was NAVAJO.
Angel Baby. Wait, that could have been a biker movie because the biker movies were still down the road a bit.
I don't know what Angel Baby is. American drama. Hold on.
Oh, it could also be that as a small part in it. I mean, Clint Eastwood is in Tarantula, right? One of the giant insect movies from the 50s. One of the better ones, I think. I mean, some people actually think it's better than Them. That is the the giant ant movie. I think those people are fucking high. Them is the Citizen Kane of giant bug movies. But Tarantula is like a close second. And you see Clint Eastwood in that as a jet fighter pilot. And you can barely tell it's him because he's wearing one of those oxygen masks.
Oh,
so you get like this much. You get like this much of Clint Eastwood in that.
I can only imagine him like talking to the tarantula. And he's like, you got to ask yourself one question: do you feel lucky? Do you, punk? He like steps on it.
Yeah, but the tarantula is like fucking like 50 feet high.
I like me some arachnophobia, man. We were watching that the other day around here. That's a good one.
Then there's another one I've heard of that's supposedly really good called Itsy Bitsy.
Yeah, I actually know the guy that worked on that did the special effects for it.
Did you guys see the big ass spider?
No.
Which one?
It's fucking good.
Big
ass spider. Huh?
Kingdom of the Spiders with William Shatner. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
That one's cool because at the end it has one of like the best ending shots to like a horror movie ever, where like Shatner and everybody they kind of like board themselves up to survive like the Arachnid invasion.
Mhm.
And at the very end, he like pries a board off and looks outside, and the entire town is covered like in a web.
Damn, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's like a matte painting. It's
The one I was talking about, Big Ass Spider. It's remember when sci-fi sometimes they hit the spot with those movies.
Yeah.
In the wilds, they have those movies that are like pretty freaking good.
Yeah, there's like
that's one of them, and it was one of the guys, the big guy that played in the Mist. It was not the Mist. Remember that TV show where the big monster was the Mist? What's the name of it?
I think the Mist. Oh,
there was there's a feature film, The Mist. There was the TV series, The Mist, which I think only ran for.
There was a TV show, but when you realize everybody thinks the Mist is the bad guy thing, I just forgot what the name. But the big guy, he also played in that superhero thing.
Trying to think.
I remember very little of that show. I think I only made it a couple episodes in, to be perfectly honest. And then
his name is Greg Grunberg. The name is Greg Grunberg. Oh, dude, when you see his face, you're gonna know who that is.
Okay.
See, hold on, that guy. Let me share this.
Like one of those guys, like Richard Brake. You don't necessarily know his name, but you recognize him when you see him.
Yeah, he played in a lot of shit. Like he was even in one of the last the Star Trek, I think it was. There you go. That's the guy.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, this dude. Yeah, he does look. Greg Grunberg.
Yeah, he played in a whole bunch of shit. Hold on, what was it?
Yes, he's one of the cops in Satanic Hispanics. He paint this guy who's like an immortal, and he's like, "Look, dude, I'm an ancient Aztec. I cheated death, and death is always close behind me."
Yeah,
that has the coolest monster designs that I've seen in years.
Yeah, he played in a whole bunch of stuff. And he's the one that played in Big Ass Spider, and I just thought that was hilarious as hell.
I think he's in L.A. Noire, the video game too. He looks just like one of the guys you have to interrogate, because they use real actors in that game and fucking put mocap on all. That game was so good. I don't know if you guys played it, but hard recommend. It was by Rockstar. L.A. Noire. Yeah, you're a detective in L.A. and they use like 200,000.
Which Rockstar would?
Well, they use 200,000 pictures from LA to kind of populate the world of Los Angeles during like the 1940s, I think. It's a really good game.
Oh, shit.
And the superhero thing I was talking about that was popular that he played in was Heroes.
I think that is him, dude. Series. Yeah, the TV show. Yeah, I think that.
Got killed by the writer's strike.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because there was. Strike. Yeah, because there was a writer's strike, and rather than trying to resume. Skipping a season, they just said fuck it, because they were like, "There's no way we're getting our audience back."
And then Skylar, I think the name was in there, became the Spock. That was it.
Yes. Even though I never watched an episode of Heroes, I do know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that, but I know the show.
I wasn't a huge fan of Heroes.
Yeah, I mean, I never watched it, so I can't I can't say positive or negative.
That's me right there, bro.
Almost every spaghetti western though, and there's a lot of them. Oh my god! I
gotta say, with Burt Reynolds, he was like one of the first actually kind of good pieces of art I did in high school. I still have it, and I had to pencil him basically, and it was like when they're teaching you how to draw, like where you have to break everything down into like little squares. You draw like a corner of his eye. And it came out pretty good, but I was just looking at him. It's like, damn, where the fuck are his ears at? I draw his ears because his ears were covered with his hair, but there's just nothing there, But it was an older picture, and I didn't get to pick the picture. The teacher basically assigned it, But he was a great art teacher, man, and he would always draw like these crazy distorted like reggae dudes and shit.
Really? So he was like a real artist.
Yeah, and he was a soccer player too, and a fucking English teacher too. But I think I think he was awesome. Like he was a cool guy, and I don't know, he was just all reggae'd out. But just a regular white dude, spiky hair. Same as Mr. Nelson. I wanted to go back and see him. I went back and seen one of my teachers. It was one of my teachers from like second grade. No, from sixth grade. Came in one of my stores when I was working retail, and I remembered him. He was like this young dude, like full of energy. His name was Mr. Weiss. You know, he had a big beard. You know, badass like Jewish teacher. You know, he would always talk about his religion or whatnot. He would run around. I seen him. He came into my store, just bald head, not growing hair, and a long white beard. And I was just like, damn. And he's shorter than me. You know, and I was just like, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. You know, like that was 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
I know.
I'm rambling.
It seems to go by so well, it's just weird because it's just like, if you have like issues with like depression, like I do, the bad times can be like dog years.
Yeah.
Right? They still go on forever. But then it's like you suddenly wake up one day and it's like 30 years have gone by.
Yep.
Very, very strange. Very, very strange. The little neighborhood kids that were on like strollers, and then big wheels and shit, the tricycles and shit like that. Now they're like, like teenagers.
Oh, I know, man. Well, I went and took my kids roller skating like over in fucking Orange County like a couple weeks ago. And they have these little like walkers now. I mean, I don't remember there being walkers with wheels on them. They just have PVC pipe, and they're like walkers to teach them how to do it. I'm like, yeah, nah, you guys are gonna have to fall down. I'm not gonna let you use that.
There's one thing I want to point out.
Helmet on them, but
yeah, my son fell like 100 times. I caught him like 100 times. I let him fall like 4. So
yeah, I want to point out something. It's kind of weird to see him without his iconic mustache.
I know, dude.
When I saw him there, like the only other movie that I do remember him without the mustache, it's Deliverance.
Right.
After that, dude, it's mustache galore.
Well, and there was
and
and the Rock,
Moore, right?
And the Rock.
And Demi Moore also, right?
And every time I think about him, I always think about the same fucking thing. I have the same thing that goes in my head. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah, got a long way to go.
He was fucking badass in here, dude. This is my favorite Burt Reynolds movie by far.
Which one?
This one.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
So dope.
Well, here's the thing about Burt Reynolds, and a lot of people don't realize this, but at a certain point, like in his early career, you could look at this guy and be like, oh shit, this guy could be like another Brando.
Yeah, totally.
And he veered off into a direction when he just started making the redneck movies, right? Because he was like, you know what? Nobody's making movies for the South, so I'm going to make movies that are for the South. Right?
Deliverance.
And that's okay, right? As long as like they're enjoyable also just for everybody else. And for a while they were. But for him to diss this, he famously said that this was a movie that was only shown on planes and prisons because that way the audience couldn't get up and leave. Like that's how much he looked down on this picture. I'm like, bro, have you seen the Cannonball Run 2? Have you seen Smokey and the Bandit 2?
Yeah, right.
Have you seen Smokey is the Bandit?
The only thing I do have to say when you watch it, it's the freaking dub that they did in there. It's crap.
Well,
like usually it's when they do like those voice thing, like the dub because noise and shit, whatever. Like there's a good reason for it, right?
Silent. Italian movies were shot silent. So, like a friend of mine was like, I'm not watching this. Is dubbed. And I'm like, well, you can watch it with subtitles in Italian, but it's still going to be dubbed.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just the way that it's done. The sound of it. It sounds. It's. How can I say it kind of ruins the magic a little bit.
It never bothers me, but that's because I've watched hundreds and thousands.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Films. The Django dub, I think, is really bad. I think the dub on that's awful. The English one, anyway. This, not so bad. He does his own voice acting, thank goodness. Because,
and he's the one that comes out the best in there because it's my main problem. It's with the other people.
Yeah, Aldo Sombrell, for instance, they got a voice actor, a very recognizable voice actor, to dub him. Aldo Sombrell, he's the guy who plays the villain in this. And it's a great performance by him. And it's interesting because it's the only major role of his. He's in a billion other movies, but it's always like in supporting parts or even sometimes in the background. You know what I mean? Like you have like a bunch of like a gang of fucking cutthroats. He's in there
It's
somewhere.
like the main wood. Oh yeah.
Right? No, he'll be in there somewhere.
In the background.
This, he plays the villain, and the villain in this
Ed Honcho.
is one of the more memorable spaghetti western villains. I think one of the vilest.
Yeah, he really hates.
You mean
know,
the gang leader or the
Yes.
the doctor?
Yeah. No, here I'll show you.
The gang leader. Yeah.
That dude, Aldo Sombrel.
Oh yeah, dude, it's pretty dope. Like it's one of the things I wanted to point out is the intro is pretty point to the point. Like they really want to make you understand who the fuck they are and how you can and to hate them pretty fucking bad and within 5 minutes of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're scalp hunters.
And they succeeded to do the same thing with how to establish the character of Burt Reynolds, which that's one of the things I liked a lot. And there's like right from the get-go, he's waiting on top of the mountain. Sends two guys, sends them back dead, and he's back on the top of the mountain. Sub bitch.
Exactly.
And one of the things I like is like they established too that when they show up to the place and they start like killing some people and they want $1 for every scalp, right?
Yeah.
And when they ask his fucking price, what's his answer?
$1
for
every
head.
One of those motherfuckers.
$1 for each head.
Yeah.
I'm like, then he breaks that. Then he grabs that bottle and breaks the fucking top with his thumb and starts drinking it like a cup.
He is fucking goes bink.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a minor detail that tells you a lot, which is that this guy's a badass motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one of the things that's historically significant about this also. It's the first Western to have a Native American hero.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome, dude. Like for me, like just because like I grew up, like I said, I don't know if it was before the show or whatnot. We were talking about it, but I'm allegedly 1/16 Cherokee, and my on my mom's side, and we always watch stuff and had these paintings and whatnot, and I don't know, I just thought it was cool, like seeing this dude kick some ass. Like, and when I grew up, I really like Last of the Mohicans,
awesome movie.
And I don't know, to me they're kind of like. When I always thought of like Native Americans, I always thought of like the Scots and then the Native Americans, like for Conan, because like the way he's drawn, he looks like kind of looks like that a little bit.
Well, yeah, because he's very sunburned, or I should say,
tan.
He spent a lot of time in the sun. Even though, of course, he's a barbarian, which means that he's supposed to be from a region that would later be Central Europe. Yeah. That is to say, Germany, right?
Yep.
Like somewhere in the mountains, like in the Bavarian Alps or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like when they cast Jason Momoa, a lot of people were complaining because they're like, he's not white. I'm like, he looks exactly like the character. Shut the fuck up.
It was perfect because
it was a perfect cast, but then he was
is Atlantean. Like he's a descendant of Cole, and Cole's an Atlantean. So with him being Polynesian, you have that that type of blood, and then also Conan is an Irish name. He's also Germanic. So for me, it was like, or even Pictish. You know what I mean? He's not Pictish, but
Picts are
Howard
an entirely different group of people.
Totally different people, and they're usually associated with the Celts or with the Scottish. But with Howard's Picts are a little different.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was a great cast. He was a great cast.
I thought he was perfect.
Did him dirty.
Yeah, you got, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, look,
he was a swashbuckling, joke shooting, funny guy that that's not fucking Conan. That he was more like Lobo in there, in a way.
Right. The line that sums up Conan best, and he actually says this line in the movie, and this is from Robert E. Howard: "I live, I love, I slay, and am content."
Yeah,
that's fucking Conan.
Yeah,
he's the man that you wish you were. That every man wishes deep down inside that he actually was, because also he has a moral core. Right, he's chaotic good.
You guys been reading the new Conan books? They're pretty good. They're metal. I've been doing reviews on them.
The fucking Chuck Dixon ones?
No,
you're talking about the comics.
The Zub ones, yeah. Like so far the Zub ones have been good. He's fighting zombies, dude.
Yet?
They're picked. Yeah, they're Pictish zombies, dude. He has to fight them, and they're going around the villages and they're taking the bodies, right? They're throwing them in a pile, and they're tying them up and they're dragging the bodies all across, Hyperborea, I'm like, ooh, this is metal.
Beef with the Picts. He had some major beef.
And then there's a Pictish woman that's kind of showing him the way, and she's a warrior, and she kind of gets the hots for him, and He's like, well, I got this sword. He's 24, so he's young. It's right after one of the big battles from Venarium, but he's got one of a Pictish sword. He pulls it out like halfway through. He's like, give me that shit, And he's like, no, maybe after we, destroyed the Horde, we can have some drinks and maybe.
Is it Marvel doing them again?
No, it's Titan.
No, the Marvel Conan run was a fucking catastrophe. It was a disaster. Jason Aaron was on the fucking internet every month.
Current era barbarian.
I love the fucking ones that they did at Dark Horse.
Dark Horse was perfect.
The Kurtis Fujita one and shit like that. They were fucking insane. But damn, it was fucking hard to get them all because they were fucking expensive and hard to get. Okay,
I got some of those.
Then the ones that I introduced you to, the French European one,
Marion.
Dude, they're fucking insane.
Dope. I need to get those too, and I need to get Chuck's Dixons as well. But the new ones are cool, and they're collecting all of the Savage Sword of Conan. They're making hardcover omnibuses. They're collecting all of the Conan the Barbarian from Marvel, and they're doing hardcover omnibuses. Titan is doing that. Titan is going full like hard on like Conan right now. Like
here's
the
thing
way
about the omnibuses. Here's the thing about the omnibuses. You have to grab those right when they come out because when they sell out, they don't reprint. Yeah. And
I'm gonna ask for that for my birthday.
Right.
Dude, why do you think I started collecting
$80 now or pay like $500, $600?
Why do you think I started collecting omnibus and shit like that instead, like collector's edition or stuff like that, or what they call what was that? Anyways, all those fucking collector's edition with hardcover because it's more, it's worth more than the actual floppies. And if you look at right now, a lot of the comics from 80s and 90s, there, if you find the floppies, you can find them in for like $1 or something. There's some special edition that you have to pay expensive. Try and get the trades.
Yeah. It's interesting because look, I've always been a reader, not a collector, which is why when it comes to like issues of collectability and everything, I talk to somebody like Preston, who is a collector, right? For me, it's just like, I just want to read the story, and it's, I preferred, it's just so much more convenient just pulling it off your shelf than fucking having to dig.
But that's how I am. But I prefer to have them on my shelf, right? So that's how I discovered the fact that when I was shopping for trades, most trades are more expensive than the floppies, and I'm like, holy shit,
they are. I'm like all you guys, but in reality, I don't have the space or the time. So like, I would like to have the floppies. Like if I was like Nicolas Cage, I could have like a whole house where you just walk into rooms and there's long like filing cabinets of floppies. I would totally collect that, and then the walls would just be floppies. It's a wallpaper,
right?
And then
I get it.
But I want to read the story, so I like the graphic novels. They look cool on the table, and eventually I'm just gonna have them on the shelf and have a big table just fill with graphic novels. That's my goal for my man cave. Walk in, they want a bong rip or a shot or a beer and a fridge. My table, my computers, my drafting board. That's my goal, man. I want to set that shit up.
And that sounds like a man cave design if I ever heard one before.
Yeah,
for sure. And which you gotta have. But yeah, we're talking about the opening to this movie, which is savage. When it opens, you see this beautiful.
Especially you're like, oh, she's so cute, she's so pretty. Oh, she's well endowed. Wow.
She looks. The girl looks fly. And then in comes Aldo Sombral.
And she gives him that nice little look as, hey, I'm single.
Yeah, gives him a nice smile.
Hey, I think you're cute. What's up?
Yep. Yeah, she's just she's friendly. She's friendly as fuck.
Yeah.
Nice smile. And then he smiles back. And there's just no warmth or mirth in that smile.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking money. Nice sculpt. Nice hair.
But it's not even just about that.
Yeah. He's already like
it's
conceptualized it in his head what he's gonna do, and it's his. He gets off on it,
Well, because he has a hard on for the Native Americans. Why? Because he's half Native American.
Yeah. He almost killed.
That makes him like such a piece of shit.
He threatens to kill his brother because he called him a bastard.
Yep.
But no, half breed.
Yeah, because he had this brutal childhood.
Yeah, but he said it. He goes, "You're a half breed," and he slaps him or punch him in the face, and then he goes, beware I don't let anybody call me a bastard. And I'm like, oh, that's very telling because he didn't call you a bastard, buddy.
Exactly. Yup. Tells you how he sees himself. There's a lot of self-hatred. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, you had a rough childhood, bad shit happened to you. I sympathize. But once you go out and you start taking it out on other people, that's when my fucking sympathy ends and you need to go.
Oh, yeah, you got to go. Yeah, you're done. Done sneeze. There's a line I like. Everybody has a tragedy.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Unfortunately, life's a fucked up place, but you got to deal with it and you can't go around hurting people. You know what I mean? That's my point. So
no. And this guy's going around and he's hurting people.
Yep.
Great score, of course, by the great Ennio Morricone. In this moment, even though it's not gory, you don't see anything, it's still just brutal.
This is bad, you can see him like shaking, kind of like the force,
yeah. It feels
solid acting right there.
Oh, yes. He's cutting something for real.
Oh. And that's the thing about these guys. What are they? They are scalp hunters.
Yeah, that's pretty scary when you think about it.
The gang, when I wanted a gang of bad guys for Six Gun Gorilla, scalp hunters. Because I'm thinking,
silverback hunters, dude.
Dude, so the way it worked with the scalp hunters was Native Americans, of course, have very distinct hair.
Right.
Yeah. So they would send these motherfuckers out, and these guys were like the worst of the worst, right? Just absolute, like, super evil rapists, murdering scumbags, knife throwing fucking killers, right? Mm-hmm. The worst of the worst, scum of the fucking earth. If the earth were to open up and swallow them, you'd be like, boy, ain't that a damn shame. And they wouldn't just kill Native Americans. They would actually go across the border into Mexico and be like, hey, your hair looks pretty much like a Native American's, and wipe out a fucking Mexican village and scalp them.
Damn.
Yes. It's one of the classic modern American novels, Blood Meridian, by Cormac McCarthy, right?
Oh,
and that's all about this young man. A young man, he's a boy, really. He's like fucking 15, 16 years old, who joins up with a gang of scalp hunters. And it's one of those novels where it's like, it's not horror, but it's horror adjacent.
Yeah. I mean, Western is like always one like tiptoe, like step, like thin line into horror,
Well, especially the spaghettis, because the spaghettis feel like they're taking place in another dimension.
Totally.
Right? Because as violent as they make the old West look, it was nowhere near.
No, I think it was like 5 like documented gunfights or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. It was just and here in the Spaghetti West, nobody's fucking safe.
Nope.
If you're a kid, a woman, a priest, a fucking a new mother, right? They'll fucking kill you. There's always something hellish about the Spaghetti West. Not so much hellish as apocalyptic.
Damn, I like that song.
Not
as much as I like the song. I just like the idea of having a theme song for some characters. It's one of the things I like about anime a lot.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things from one of the anime called Dirty Pair is that all along you get to meet one bad guy that's a scientist and he has his own fucking theme song that's fucking epic.
Right.
It's fucking cool to have that. And when you get the song, it's like NAVAJO.
Yeah, right.
One of the movies I want to do is Adios Sabata.
Oh yeah, I like Sabata, man.
But here's the thing: it's not a Sabata movie.
Oh, it's not.
It's a different character. It's a character called Indio Black.
Crazy.
Played by Yul Brynner, right?
Oh,
completely different character.
Yeah, Yul Brynner's
awesome. And so they changed the title the same way they would change the title to like Django does this, that, or the other thing.
Django goes up walk in the park. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an after the fact Sabata sequel, right?
Yeah.
But what's funny is that the character in that has a theme song, and in it you hear Indio Black.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Solana?
Got to bring that back,
Indio
man.
Black.
It's like remember that movie? You've seen Redline, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
When it goes Machine Head, dude, you're so into it, like for like no reason. You're like, God damn it! Like, why they don't do that anymore?
I know, because it's cheesy, but we like cheese. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's storytelling. There's a difference between just plain cheese and storytelling cheese. Do you understand that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, music by Leo Nichols, not. That there is no Leo Nichols. I don't know why they did this. I think it's because they didn't want the name Ennio Morricone, because then it would because maybe that sounded too Italian. I don't know, but this is not this is a Morricone score. And yeah, like I said, this was originally going to be directed by Leone, or at least that's what they told Reynolds. I do believe it was like a last minute thing. And both Corbucci and Leone were friends and collaborators. In fact, it was Corbucci that had the idea to begin with to do westerns in Spain, specifically in Almeria. And this is a movie that takes incredible advantage of its locations.
Carpentieri, is that the Italian version of Carpenter?
No, I don't think so.
Just a few names I keep seeing in there, dude. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. That's all good. What I always do when I'm watching the end credits, I start pronouncing the names out loud, like Ermanno Donati, Luigi Carpentieri, Sergio Corbucci, Ruggiero Diodato, assistant director, Ruggiero Diodato, the director of, most infamously, Cannibal Holocaust. And this is another thing I love about this too, is the fact that this gang is very distinctive.
Yep.
Right? Like the characters really stand out. They all kind of have their own look.
They're very cartoony in a way.
Yes. Yes.
Because you've seen some Lucky Luke cartoon and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like they're stereotypical. Like you see, there's the Irish guy. Oh, there's the Scottish. There's that one.
And yes, you would have Native Americans in those crews too.
Yep.
People that did not, give much of a fuck about anything. Like I said, like the worst of the worst. And yeah, and they just look up on the hill, and there he is, NAVAJO. And they just start fucking busting shots at him. And their boss, Aldo Sombrel's just like, dude, stop.
Am I the only one when you see?
He's always just out of range.
When I see that shot, first thing that came to mind was Lone Ranger. For some reason, I don't know why.
Because it looks like Monument Valley. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. This doesn't look like. This looks like it's in Utah, right? Yeah. Monument Valley. That's that very famous location that you see with like the mountains or the rock formations. That's in like every John Ford movie, every John Wayne movie from that era, and. Once Upon a Time in the West was actually partly shot there. Although most of it,
this one's filmed in Spain too, right?
Yes, that's the thing about the Spaghetti West, is that it was a very specific time, very specific culture, very specific location. Right? It was the '60s and early '70s. It was the Italian film industry working in Almeria, Spain, and. Most of these guys, I would guess, were Spanish stuntmen.
Matt thought it was just cheesy Western, but no. It's a bit more picky than that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, look at these locations. They're fucking fantastic.
But dude, it's like to me, Lucky Luke with Terrence Hill, I would have put it in the fucking spaghetti Western, but you tell me it's not because of the location and this. I'm like, okay. Then I did the research. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Hey, good stuff. What's up, man?
Good stuff.
Let's see.
So,
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm painfully sober right now, brother. Unfortunately, maybe after the stream I'll have a little puff. But yeah, the locations, of course, absolutely fucking stunning, and great introduction of the hero. It's like he's up on the hill, come and get me, and so Boss Man sends a couple of his boys, and then he just shows up and just fucking murks them.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? Reynolds was just a really good action hero.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Badass.
Very, very physical.
That's what I'm saying. This is the best like movie I've seen him like kick ass like this ever. You know what I mean?
And he does whip.
Yeah, he's pretty badass. He's pretty badass in fucking Deliverance.
Oh, super bad. Oh, he's never more badass than he is in Deliverance.
Yeah, but in here he's just like all over the place though, like throwing axes and fucking jumping all over the place and knocking fools off. I don't know. Seems like he's doing a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes Rambo after these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
really.
That's why it's like, oh man.
Yeah, just fucking knocks these guys off the horse, grabs the fucking Winnie, and pew 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 pew.
Very physically like stuntman, like doing all that shit.
I also like the fact. I also like what he did in the train.
Oh,
I know we're not there yet. When he when he grabs the jacket,
yes,
and he muffles the rifle before he shoots a few down, bang, 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 not to attract too much attention. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super bad. I mean, he's just a badass motherfucker. So it's like, not only do you have a Native American a hero in this that was historic in and of itself, he's a fucking badass.
And I like the fact that he also there's the scene in the bar where he makes it clear, I'm Native, but I'm also American. You know, type of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like, I'm more like I want that badge, Sheriff. Yeah, but only Americans. I'm more American than you, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where was your dad born?
Where's your father born?
Yeah.
Scotland. Yeah, here we go. And Burt Reynolds, by the way, started out as
stuntman. Yeah. Look at him getting out of the way, dude.
Right.
Horse almost falling on him. Smack on the horse, you know, like it's dope, dude. Yeah, this is by far the best movie I've seen him in. Like for me, I mean, Deliverance is cool and all, but yeah, no, this is.
Oh, he's a fucking badass in this, and he really just plays the role very well. Kind of laconic, very much an internal character.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you don't necessarily understand all of his motives until the very end of the film.
Yeah.
Spoilers, and I think it's not that big of a spoiler. That woman that we see at the beginning of the movie that gets murdered and scalped, that was his woman.
Yeah. And
so he's on the warpath. You know, why else would he have such a fucking hard on?
Right.
For these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
And why would he be so fucking ruthless with them? Right? Because these are people that, you could feel absolutely zero bad conscience if you fed every single one of these motherfuckers into a wood chipper.
Exactly. You get the rope or the wood chipper.
Yeah, man. They're
off to see the taker. You're going in a wooden box.
No, motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking turn you into mulch.
Yeah.
In country are Americans.
Yeah,
this is a good scene right here, huh?
Yeah. This is the scene that Sim was talking about. So
yeah, but go behind a little bit because put that.
I want that badge right there.
When he breaks the bottle, it's right before it.
Yes. I don't know if that. I don't think that's in the. Yeah, I don't think this is in the clip though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not on the movie.
Yeah, because that's kind of because that's really Studley when he just puts his thumbs to the top of the bottle and goes bink.
Yeah.
which is great because it's just a little gesture, but it's one that shows you like, God damn, this guy's fucking hard as.
But it's like one of my teachers. Okay, like every time he would start his class, the guy could split an apple.
Damn.
He just grabs the apple and he splits it with his two hands. Just click.
All right, like
rips
that.
rips it in two. Click.
Manly.
I'm like, I learned how to do that because I'm like, motherfucker, that's fucking awesome. And I fucking did it. And I remember when I was in I was in school, I was one of the security guards, you know, the brigadier or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that was hiding something in his locker.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I was doing had like a strong guy training, and I did some weightlifting, Olympic fucking weightlifting. Yeah. So I'm like, I was the guy that could just grab your lock and cling. Dude, it's just in the face of the people, dude. And they would just call me, hey Sim, what? Cling.
That's fucking that's legendary, dude. Oh, it's classic.
But all that came from seeing my teacher going,
right. That's badass. How do I do that?
Yeah. I'm like, pretty much.
Exactly. I'm thinking like your teacher must have been really good at like tiger style, like tiger kung fu. Yeah, I mean,
we would do the same thing with the doorknobs, like it's locked, cling.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I used to I had terrible hand pain, and now my grip is like super fucking strong, because of course.
But one of the best things for it,
I rehabbed them and then actually have made them stronger than they were before.
One of the best things for it is training your forearms, and the best way of doing it, it's you take a stick, right? Take a fucking rope, and you put weight on it, and you roll up and you roll down. You roll up and you roll down. You roll up and down. And dude, it burns like a bitch. But after that, dude,
back in 9th grade, weight training.
Yep.
That little dumbbell, that flat disc.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing that really helped build my forearm,
the rice, right?
The rice was for the hands. Right? Yeah. But I'm also I know this is going to sound like something else. I am a big sword waggler. Sword waggling. No, that's not a metaphor for something. I'm one of those people that like walks around the house with a sword in his hand, just doing this. Right? And switch hands. And I've had conversations with people where I'm like doing this. And they're like, dude, why are you waving a fucking sword around? I'm like, oh, I'm not waving it around. I'm just waggling. Right?
It's one of the things I was showing my kid.
Guy thing for
it's
sure.
One of the things I was showing my kid, like to train a little bit. Like, you don't need to train super hard with heavy weights all the time. No. One of the things I do is I grab 2 weights. I stick them together, like, you hold them like a hammer, like an axe. 2 weights, each hand, like 1 weight in each hand, and you hold them like you're holding an axe, and you actually axe, and you stop before, and and that's one of the best freaking exercise also for this shit.
You don't need I mean, that's the thing. It's like you can build cosmetic muscle, but it's much better just to have actual strength.
And one of the best thing I was taught is anything that has to do with hand, like hard work, hammering shit down. Like, it's one of the things. Like, dude, I got in fucking good shape just by fucking chopping wood.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When I was going to the country,
I miss that, dude. I mean, that's one of the things I miss about like the house where I grew up. Was always in the backyard chopping wood, man. I love it. Great exercise. But yeah, let's play this clip that you mentioned. So Joe basically grabs the train that the bad guys have robbed, right? Because there's just a safe on board with a ton of fucking
spoilers. It's in cahoot with the motherfucking doctor that just killed one of the dancing girls right before this, and he just left. And before he comes in, he goes, "You went the wrong direction, right?" Because what do you mean? Oh, you'll see.
Yep.
That's what I like about the character. Yes, he knows. He knows.
Yep. And so he comes in, and so they're expecting to get attacked by Aldo Sombrel and his gang of fucking cutthroats, and they're helpless, right? None of these people know how to fight.
But they have no weapon too. You have to precise the fact that they have no weapon over there at all because they consider themselves a peaceful community.
Yes. Yeah. A place where, I mean, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about the Old West is they did have gun control.
Yeah.
It was customary in a lot of towns to hand your guns over when you entered the town. But you'd go to the sheriffs, and you would drop your gun off. And there was a very good reason for that too, because if you had a town and you had a bunch of cowboys coming in and they've just been like 6 months on a trail, just looking at other dudes' asses for 6 months, they get their paychecks, they're fat, and they go to the ho house and they go to the saloon and drink themselves silly. You probably don't want to add guns to that mix.
But that's why they in the previous city the guns were left in the entrance. But that's the thing that I like that they introduced is the fact that what happened in the other town, and that one has no gun. And that's one of the things that he says. It's pretty fucking stupid because, the old saying, if you want peace, you better be prepared for war.
Absolutely. Yep. I believe that.
Because it's not by being weak and surrendering or whatever. No. To have peace, you need to have strong people. And I will say strong men, but they can be strong women as well.
For sure. So, and you're talking about guns here. Great equalizer. Anybody can pull a trigger.
Mm-hmm. But also what they say, it's you got more chance of surviving a gunshot than being stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. No doubt. I mean, this is why it's not a bad idea to have
Also, a thing that happened is because he stabs a lot more people than he shoots them in there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's a shanking motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. That's what I like.
Make it personal,
Me too. Yup. But also, he's like a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
He's always creeping up on motherfuckers.
Yep.
Right. He's always
Dude, I love the train scene when he goes on top of the train.
That's fucking bad. Yeah.
There's one guy looking over there. He sneaks towards the other one that's holding the fucking gun. Gets that guy. Shanks that guy. Six exactly the same way. While the other one comes and goes, "Do you have a light?" Doesn't say nothing. Do you have a light?
Yup. Yeah. No. I mean, these dudes are fucking suckers, and he plays them for fucking suckers.
Yep.
And yeah, this is the scene that you're. Let's see. Yeah, when he's on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this moment right here. Yeah, where he's just like creeping up on this dude, right? And then you see him jump.
Are you showing another video? Because you're still on the chair on the sheriff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't forget to change. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Right, so it's just like he's creeping up on this dude, jumps for him, and then it cuts to the other guy, and he kind of turns around and he just sees Joe with in the exact same pose with the hat. And he just comes up on him. Hey, can I get a light? No, but you can get a fucking shiv.
Yeah,
a shiv in your guts, motherfucker.
Pretty gangster.
Super fucking gangster.
He's like the Western James Bond.
Yeah,
he's just a fucking badass, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then he drops it on these fools, right? And
after muffling the gun with his jacket,
steam engine, and he just wraps his jacket around the Winnie and goes boom, boom, boom. Just fucking unloads on these dudes.
Yeah,
and then drives the fucking train into town, and with all the dough, and then of course we've got oh my god, this chick is so fucking hot. Trying to remember what her name was and what else I've seen her.
You want to find out?
Yeah, no, I'm going right. Nicoletta Machiavelli. Yeah, that was actually
Machiavelli, the one who returns from the dead.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, fucking, smoking hot. And this actor right here is Fernando Rey, who was a Spanish actor and is probably he's easily best known for playing the arch villain in The French Connection. You guys ever seen that? The French Connection, one of the great American films from like the 1970s.
Oui, j'ai vu ça.
I've never seen that one. I've heard about it though.
Amazing. We can watch it censored now on the Criterion channel.
Censored?
Yes. Yeah. That's something that like when it came out, I know it doesn't seem that significant, but it's earth shaking because the Criterion collection has always been about film preservation and restoration.
But that's what that's what people told me, and that's why I'm kind of a bit surprised here.
Yeah. And I don't think they did it on the DVD or Blu-ray, but they have a streaming channel, and on the streaming channel, it's edited so it doesn't hurt your. So you don't hear a particular word that might like offend you or hurt your fifis. Yeah.
Does it start by F or N?
N. Yeah, it's the N word, right? But it's being said by right.
It's been said by
cops in the 1970s in New York City never used that word.
Mm-hmm.
It's such bullshit.
I know.
I mean, it's just this one. It's censorship, man. It's like some people have hard-ons for specific issues, right?
It's quite stupid because it's kind of like it makes them feel bad about themselves. So we need to delete. No. Just fucking watch it and remember that shit used to happen.
Yes.
If you go further back, it used to be.
History.
If you go further back, in certain place was the other way around.
Right.
Like there's been it's been stuff like that, and people need to remember that the Italian have fucking history lesson to learn from their stupid shit. Every fucking one does.
If you don't show history, how do you learn from it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about America. America has never come to terms with its original sin, and that was the absolute fucking genocide of the Native Americans.
Dude, they genocide the fucking Acadians because they were fucking getting along with the natives, if you know anything. And that's where I'm from.
There you go. Yeah.
It was one of the fucking biggest genocide that nobody fucking talks about. And, Quebec, that's one of the things that Quebec and Cajuns have in common.
Oh, yeah. No, you're directly related. Like, you're branches of the same tribe.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's something that America has never come to terms with, and Native Americans are still treated like shit and screwed over.
I need to precise one thing.
Yeah.
Quebec, it's half and half. Half of it is people that was Acadians, and the other half were French. Interesting.
Yeah, so then that becomes like a new tribe.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's. I'm always fascinated by stuff like that, because then, of course, that creates its own unique culture, and each unique culture, what do? They produce art that is that's different from anything else that anybody else produces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And food and cooking, right? Music and shit.
I mean, it's one of the things why I've always supported that that Quebec would protect their heritage,
right?
Like the French thing and the heritage. But right now, it got to a point where you can't even have a freaking billboard or a poster in English in your freaking window when you're selling comic books.
That's
fucking stupid.
That's just retarded, dude.
It is.
Because that's also that's not protecting or celebrating your own culture. That's actually like saying F you to another.
Yep.
Right? And it's like it's the same way. It's like I used to really resent seeing signs here in America that are bilingual, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, you know what? The Hispanic population in this country just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fact of life. I'm not anti-immigrant. My fucking parents are immigrants, right? And so, you know what? It's probably a good idea for me to learn some Spanish.
But it's not just that. What used to be America?
Yeah, so fucking melting pot. Everybody had
but when people used to say America, there's a reason why. It's North America, the United States, Central America, South America.
Yes.
It's one big America, and we got divided, motherfuckers.
Yes.
And you know what happens when we get divided?
Yep, conquered. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. Abso-fucking-lutely. And
so
that's why,
favorite cousins, motherfuckers.
Yep. Hey, man, every man is my brother. Every woman is my sister, unless I want to date her.
Or you fuck with me, my family.
Sheriff?
Yeah, but this is great. So Joe's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to help you. I'm going to bail you out. And yeah, I want a fucking $1 from every man in this town for every head.
He says $1 a head, yeah, because it's important. Because he says it $1 a head. Because dude, it's the same thing as Koepp.
Yep,
exactly.
I want to be sheriff. I like that.
Yeah, but that's I want something else. What? Are you the sheriff? No, I'm the deputy. Who's the sheriff? I am. I want that. And
he's got the gun barrel right on the back.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
because it's just
where's his thumb?
With fucking dignity.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's ready to go. The thumb's on the freaking trigger. Like,
he's not gonna. I mean, he's not really gonna blast him. He's just flexing a little.
Yeah,
right?
But dude,
it's
just to show the intent. It's like, look, I'm not fucking around here.
Yes. No, fucking Navajo Joe is fucking serious as a fucking heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's for damn sure. And then, of course, we get this this classic scene.
An Indian sheriff? The only ones elected in this country are Americans.
My father was born here, in the mountains. His father before him, and his father before him, and his father before him. Where was your father born?
What has that to do with it?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
He just doesn't. Right. No,
but the face he does, like, he's like, well.
Where was he born?
In Scotland.
My father was born here, in America. His father before him, and his father before him, and his father before him. Now, which of us is American?
And you would never, ever, ever have a scene like this in an American Western. There's no fucking way. The Italians were very much ahead of the curve with this sort of thing. They also had the very first Mexican hero, unless you count there was a Mexican hero in American Westerns, the Cisco Kid, right? But in Westerns during that, like A-budget Westerns, that sort of a thing, no, you would never have like a Mexican hero. But in the Italian movies, they had actually a two-movie series called My Name is Pecos and Pecos Cleans Up. And the actor who played Pecos is a white dude. I'm blanking on his name now, of course. And he said that whenever he goes anywhere in Latin America, people just fucking mob him. That they just that they know him from those movies, and they weren't pissed off that he wasn't Latin American himself. Because they were just like, oh, dude, we love those movies. We had a hero, right? And just the fact that you yourself weren't Mexican wasn't the problem. Although I understand why people, got sick of seeing, like white dudes dressed up as
but usually
Indians.
But dude, usually the people that have those problems are not Mexicans or not natives.
Yes,
it's just fucking soy cunts.
Yes. Mexican peeps love them.
Dude,
some Speedy Gonzalez.
I can tell you that right now, right before the show, right? I was telling Dave, he comes in and goes, dude, because dude, I've been trying to watch this fucking movie for 3 hours, but I keep getting interrupted. He goes, what movie? I'm watching some fucking Western with Burke Reynolds. He goes, Navajo Joe? He knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about. He goes, that's a fucking classic. I'm like, dude, it's fucking good.
Fucking dope. Dude, it's funny you say that, bro. Oh yeah, I loved it. I want to watch it again. One of my first commissions was a guy that I was at the comic store, and he would always come in with his grandpa, and his grandpa, Mexican, and he was like, I want you to draw me Speedy Gonzalez jumping the border. And I was like, was there anything else you'd like me to draw? And I'm like, no. And he was Mexican, had the cowboy hat and everything, 2 feet tall. And he's like, no, I want Speedy Gonzalez jumping the border. And I'm like, how about I draw Wolverine? Stuff like that. I didn't tell him no, but it's just kind of like, but that's what he wanted,
But dude, if you ask anybody, okay, look, the test was done with Mexicans. It was done with fucking Asians, right? That dude, everybody's offended here in Canada and the United States about this and that. And you go to them, hey, what do you think about it? It's fucking cool. It's a homage. It's a freaking love letter type of thing. They like it, even though it's a stereotype, because they understand stereotype. It's not meant to go to everybody. It's just meant to go. This is something that everybody will click on.
Stereotypes are awesome. It's like they're so fucking real. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of data that's compiled into our brain. And it's just like, well, this happens and this happens and this happens, and like, and it's funny because it's fucking true, and I'm sorry, But it is what it is, dude. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you're like that, you've known somebody that is.
Go ahead.
I said, if you're not like that, you actually have known somebody that is.
Right.
No, it's like that pervy uncle or that.
In other words,
exactly.
It's stereotypes. They're not necessarily the literal truth, but they have a foundation.
Yeah, and it's generalization. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
for a different race or culture, and I don't know, there's a lot of things that are common, and you're probably part of that culture, and you might not be part of that 90%, but 90% of you motherfuckers all do this, and you're that 10% that might not, you fucking weirdo. No, but it's like it is what it is.
I mean, look,
and it's a good or bad thing, but most of you motherfuckers do that shit in your culture. I'm sorry, it is what it is.
Yeah, and people who will keep it real, we'll
keep it real.
We'll keep it real and be like, look, I know my people.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, why be ashamed of that, and why put people down because of that's what it is?
No, everybody's look. Times change, people don't. It's the same thing. With geography too. Human's gonna fucking human, right?
Yeah, human's gonna human.
But you're gonna have the details.
Yeah,
gonna be very different.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, weird too because you hear stand-up comedians back in the day before they got all pussied out, right? And they would do the racist jokes, but they're not even racist. They're almost cultural, and and you have the people in the audience laughing, and it's just well, dude, it's fucking an observation. It's true. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's one of
we all experience it every day. That's why it's so fucking funny.
People don't want to know or acknowledge that they can have a dark side within them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not human nature. Everybody's born nice, and no.
Yeah, we're all hunters, man.
It's taught. It's taught. Yeah. It's something that's taught. You're taught by your family or shit like that to be good, decent, or whatever. Because, dude, you've seen kids. Yeah, they're nice to people that they get stuff from, but they can be mean as fuck with other fucking kids.
The barbarians, dude. Like the younger they are, the more barbaric they are. And you have to
if you don't teach them
barbarism. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Right. That's why they need that guidance.
Yeah. They need a mom and a daddy there.
And that's why the stereotype that comes with the fact that each boy, and I'm gonna use boy because girls it's the same. It's similar, but it's different. But boys, there's always a moment where they're gonna stand to their dad.
Oh yeah. Always
and go, I can take you.
Oh yeah.
And the dad has to go, no, you can't.
No, I will suplex you.
And because you're the one,
I'll take you out.
Yeah, because you're the one that's gonna get between him and somebody else eventually. Going, dude,
right?
Get calm the fuck down. And he needs to go. Yes, dad.
Yep, and it sucks too because they might be in the wrong, and it's just it's your kids. You gotta get your kids back most of the time.
Yep.
Yeah,
especially in the beginning.
One of my friends, who's a father, told me I never thought. I always promised myself I would never say these words.
Oh,
and
totally.
I ended up saying them. Yep. I am your father, and you will do as I say.
Yes. Yeah, I say that all the time. Yeah, that's every day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Why don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Just do it. Nike. Nike. Just do it.
Favors.
Or when they lash out and start one of the breaks, get violent, and you get into their face, and he goes, "I will take you down if you don't calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
Right. Nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Drink some water. You're so cold water.
And you're just in their face I'm not moving. I'm not afraid.
Right. I'll fuck you up, son. Yeah. Look, nobody's above an ass whipping.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Oh, Jesus, man. Yeah.
No, this movie's hard, dude. Though I really dug it, And I've heard about this movie too, and I was like, oh yeah, NAVAJO. I mean, I've heard about this one. I never, and I knew he was a stuntman, and I might have seen like commercials for it or previews, but yeah, dude, it was so cool. I mean, is there another? Did he do any more westerns? He was on TV though, wasn't he on Gunsmoke or Bonanza or something?
I think the next movie he did after that was 100 Bullets or something. I saw, if I remember right, which seems to be like another.
He was
western.
a bunch of westerns. The Man Who Loved Cat Dancing.
Oh, sweet, dude! I can't wait. I want to watch more with Burt Reynolds. I don't know. I got this connection with them.
Dude, I was a huge fan of Burt Reynolds, man.
Ever since I was forced to draw that picture, I was like, because I had to draw that picture forever. Like,
Dude,
damn, I love
dude,
your eyes.
White Lightning. White Lightning. That's
Yeah.
the fucking Burt Reynolds movie that you want to see.
What's I gonna say,
It
dude?
drives me crazy that more people
yeah.
haven't seen that movie.
Oh,
Then
White
again,
Lightning,
when I do Southpaw, you know, then people are going to be like, "Oh, this is totally original." Not that I'm like actually stealing anything, but you know what I mean.
Like,
When
no one's
I'm
I mean,
inspired
everybody
by
borrows
something, there's
everybody.
no way you could connect it. I still think of it as stealing.
Yeah, no one's gonna know. Not with yours. It's so far fetched, but it's just in your mind. You're thinking that.
Exactly.
Hey, Brian, you got a fucking axe on your wall, dude. That's metal as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's
I remember you when you told me
and
about
battle
that.
axe.
When you told me about that werewolf story, I wanted to be the one doing it.
I know. Yeah, well, you know what? That's one of those. That's one of the ones I want to do, like, you know, like 12 pages and put that in the Two-Fisted Comics primer, the Two-Fisted Comics anthology book, right? So that way I put in like 5 10 to 12 page stories and with all my different IPs, and then just see what people connect with. And you know, if people connected with everything and when it was a hit, I could do those as spin-off books or serialize them all, you know. But that is something that that's very, very high on my agenda. So god damn, man, she's so fucking hot. Yeah, if she didn't give you a boner, you're either not straight or you're dead.
Dead inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is another element that is part and parcel of the spaghetti western is sadism, right? Where, like, for instance, here where Joe gets his fucking ass beat and pummeled because
almost,
you know, your hero can kick a lot of ass, but can he take an ass whipping?
That's the main thing in life, right?
Yes.
One thing that whoops someone's ass, but life's more about taking those ass whippings.
And Fistful of Dollars, Burt, the fucking man with no name, gets his ass whipped so bad he can't even walk. He has to crawl away, right? Yeah. And when I was a kid, of course, Conan the Barbarian, Mad Max 2, those characters got their asses handed to them, right? But they just
endured.
Coming. Absolutely.
It's why we love Batman so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it's in fighting terms, as to say, like, you know, martial arts, boxing, that kind of a thing. It's what they call heart. You know, can you? It's like, okay, maybe you can dish out some good shots, but can you take them and then just keep coming?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, of course, NAVAJO's more than up to the task. But yeah, of course, well, fucking Aldo's fucking literally whipping him. You got these close-ups of the gang just like leering and grinning. It's yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's
they're all sport and shit eaters.
Part of the genre is the sadism. I'm sorry.
So they're all sport and shit eaters.
Yep. For the most part, yeah. And oh yeah, that's right. When he hits the guy with the guitar, El Kabong. Oh, kabong!
Oh man, I love westerns.
El Kabong's that motherfucker with the guitar. Yeah, and then here's the thing. I actually do think that some of the criticisms levied towards this movie are justified. That is to say, I do think it drags a little in the second act. But then you get to the fucking climax, and it just really takes off. Corbucci was somebody who was very obsessed with the idea of the hero.
That's cool, man. You know, the hero's journey.
Yeah,
that's like the main thing. You know, everybody wants that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's like
not
in
at
our
all.
DNA, right?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is, and that's what these motherfuckers that are writing the comics today don't understand, and really, frankly, can't understand.
Yeah, they're a bunch of.
It doesn't work with the victim mentality.
Exactly.
They want people to be victim, to be
just the whole story, right?
They don't want that guy that's gonna stand up and go, "I'm not gonna fucking kneel, motherfucker."
They want him to be crucified, and that's it. That's the story,
And that's what you
There's
love
no
about this
resurrection of the
character
character
too.
in the arc. You know what I mean? There's no journey after the fucking.
You're gonna die, right? Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I want to see.
Yeah.
This
Let's take as many of you cocksuckers with me as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. And the endings to Corbucci's movies are always kind of just interesting and like in a philosophical way about the idea of the hero. Spoilers, by the way, everybody, you can watch NAVAJO absolutely 100% for free. By clicking the link below, it'll take you to Plex.
It does not work for me.
The Plex doesn't?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just letting you know. You don't have to.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Because I know that you like to make sure that everybody can watch it. And it didn't. Plex didn't work for me. Like it opened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? But that movie was not nowhere to be found.
Where did you watch it on, Sim?
Hoy Matey.
Did you watch it on your computer or on your phone?
My computer.
Yeah, it works on my laptop and my phone. Like some of the stuff only works. It's either Pluto or Plex. One of those two. It only works on my phone. It won't work on my TV.
Interesting.
I literally got to watch it, and then if you try to watch it, like I would look for it on my TV, I couldn't even find it, dude. Well, it plays on my laptop, but some of them you cannot. It's either Pluto or Plex, but you cannot watch it on the TV. I'm like, hell yeah, baby, 60-inch, and like, nope. But most of the time, I'm watching these things on my phone. I just have to. It's not my preferred viewing, but it's like got a lot of stuff to do. You know what I mean? I'm usually watching
you're
bits
working
and
man
pieces
in your family, man. We get it.
The earlier we get it, and like when you announce it, like I'm like, oh, what's the coming attraction? Because I'm waiting for Brian.
I'll try to be more prompt about that sort of it.
Oh no, it's all good.
Don't
do your thing,
be reluctant to fucking kick my ass a little bit.
Well, no, it's cool, but I mean, it's also like there has to be electricity around it. You know what I mean? Like it has to be electrical, man. Fucking electric. If it's not, then it's like, oh, here's a movie we're gonna watch. Do you know what I'm talking?
Yes.
Like there needs to be an energy. Sometimes the shit, like like you have to find it and be pumped up for it.
For sure. So NAVAJO, everybody, go check it out. Like I said, hopefully you click on the link. It'll take you to a free unedited version of this movie. Is it like top 20 in terms of spaghettis? I don't think so. But it's still really good. It's still really solid. It's still really entertaining.
To my top 20. Well, I mean, it's gangster, bro. He's like the Indian running around fucking murking.
He goes Rambo on these motherfuckers, dude.
That's why I'm like,
he literally kills an entire army.
It's
and
Burt
that's
Reynolds, dude. in a spaghetti, like there's only so many of those like Americana, like with Clint and Bronson and him. So I don't know.
Like this is the moment, right, that I love, where you see those like now there's just two of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And now they look scared.
They're like, okay.
And I always love that moment when the villains, right, especially if they've been whipping ass and whipping ass and whipping ass and whipping ass, when suddenly you see fear in their eyes.
Like you never thought it would, you never thought you would witness fear in this character's eyes. Like, damn, this one.
Right. Justice has come for you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right? You reap what you sow. You fucking reap the fucking whirlwind, motherfuckers. Oh God, let me think. There was, you know what? Let me go to IMDb and just cheat here because cheater. Yeah, gotta click on the trivia. Yeah, Burt Reynolds only agreed to make this film because he was under the impression that Sergio Leone would be directing. When he found out it was Sergio Corbucci, he tried to pull out of the production, but the contracts had already been signed and it was too late.
So they white out like Leone, and they went over and they painted in Corbucci, or I don't know how they did it.
I don't know.
Like, so who's directing this movie? They're like Sergio Corbucci. Was that, what do you say? Who? Leone? Corbucci. It ended with E. It started with Sergio and ended with E. Okay, I'll sign the documentation.
A guy named Sergio.
Who's that? It's Leone's middle name.
Right?
There you go.
Okay, I'm all for it. He was on Gunsmoke too, right? Was it Gunsmoke or Bonanza?
Yes.
Okay. See, I remember he was a Native American in there too, right?
I think so, yes.
I hate saying Native American. I don't know why. I like saying Indian. I don't know. It's just like
no. I mean, well, remember, like I said, Reynolds was 1/4 Cherokee. One of his grandmothers was like full-blooded Cherokee.
Yeah.
So anybody like is he in red face in this? Yes, sorta, but sorta. But did they actually get a Native American to play the Native American? He looks like a Native American.
Yes. He does. Like you could tell. You could see it. Just like Johnny Depp looks like a Native American if you look at him. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. With those features for sure.
I just think it's funny that he how can I say, the way that his hair is put?
Yeah,
has that very pronounced forehead, a bit like what's his name? The guy.
Dude, he looks kind of Conan-esque in here. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you put a Conan wig on here, like and just like kind of reshot this with some like Mid-Journey, like damn,
he was just fucking.
It's Conan, dog. Like, I don't know.
Oh, this is a great story. Check this out. First day of shooting, Burt Reynolds reached the location in the Spanish desert in Almeria, dressed as a Native American and wore a red-haired wig.
Huh.
It was raining, so Sergio Corbucci suggested that Reynolds go for a walk around that beautiful scenery. During the walk, Reynolds met a Spanish boy who asked if he was a Native American. He walked with the boy until they reached the boy's town, a little tiny Spanish town, and he was invited for a drink by the boy's family in their house. When Reynolds returned to the set, the film crew was gone. They left his ass in the desert, so he had to spend the night with the family in the house where he had been before. Next morning, Reynolds was a bit angry with the crew. That seemed very funny to Corbucci. So basically, he was acting like a little bitch.
Yeah, like a little poopy pants.
And so,
because he was like
fucked with them, and evidently the crew too were just down with it. They were just,
Remember, like Franco Nero, like they would make him. I don't know if it was Corbucci that did Django. Yes. But remember how like he would fuck with him, like with the scene, like just keep walking with the with
yeah.
He just like fuck him.
Yeah, but that was a practical joke.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, this kind of is in a way too. If it was premeditated in a way, it's just kind of a little longer,
I got a feeling that was a case less like, hey, we love you, so we're gonna fuck with you, and more a case of, fuck that guy.
Oh, really? Like yeah, you're like, fuck this kid, huh? Because he was young in here. He's probably like 22 or something, 24. Huh?
Really young. Yeah. Really young.
He's probably like, I'm on Gunsmoke, bitches. You're lucky to have me.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. He was being a bad sport.
Mm.
And
they technically lied to the guy, so you kind
of. I know, but is that the fault of anybody that's on that set?
No, but the director probably.
Director for sure. He's fucking.
That's my point. Like that's what I'm saying. Maybe not the people on the set, but the director.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
He was
I don't know all the behind the scenes details.
He likes fucking with people. I think that's just like he likes taking the piss out of people, or he did. Which is funny. It's a good story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
The Italian film industry, totally different from the American film industry. They did not suffer prima donnas.
Yeah, like maybe like it's kind of part of like the initiation thing, like with him filming Django. That's probably the first scene of the movie. He's like, let's see what's up with this fool at the beginning of the set of the shoot. Let's find out what he is. Same thing with Burt. Like, let's find out what this fool's gonna be a little bitch or not. Let me test this fool.
Exactly.
So maybe it's like an initiation thing.
It's something that happened. It's something that happened with Terence Hill. It was a long story. It was one of the things that happened between Bud Spencer and Terence Hill, because Bud Spencer is a classic Italian actor.
Yes.
So that ego of yours, you're not that big, and Terence Hill, his ego was getting very big, and he admitted it.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to learn. He had to get humbled.
Yeah.
Sometimes and he became a fucking sweetheart. Like seriously, he's a great fucking guy. Great, seriously. And
everybody loves him.
Bud Spencer is fucking amazing as well. Everybody loved him. He's like the big teddy bear.
For sure.
That's how people call him. He's a big teddy bear. Terence Hill said it. He was a big teddy bear. But, like a bear, you don't fuck with the bear.
Yeah, no.
Unless you want to get pounded into the ground like a fucking tent peg.
Yeah. But that's true. Like the thing is that you know your ego of prima donna, you're an actor. You get your shit together.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, people do change.
Hollywood is a good example of
people do change.
People do change.
Can change.
Yep.
Absolutely. Like there was that story that I loved about the guy from Coldplay where he came into like a little town somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, where he and his band and I guess the other people, the crew and everything stopped. And he was just like walked into this place and was like, "Hey, do you know who I am? I got the #1 song." And they were like, "No, sorry, we don't know who you are." "I got the #1 song in the world right now." "Yeah, sorry, we've never heard it." And he suddenly like that, right? Because a lot of people, in other words, when people get smoke blown up their ass, you can understand how they get a big head. And then it took that, and he kind of went, "Oh."
But it's also a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's the other way around. Like the other day, I was talking with Dave, and he just found out something. For years, dude, he thought that fucking Eddie Van Halen was a fucking prima donna bitch. And a lot of people think the same thing right now. And you want to know why? Because he's the guy with the fucking blue M&Ms. Like, we should not have fucking blue M&Ms in the fucking set when they do a show or something. I want all the blue M&Ms taken out. And everybody's been talking about it for ages, calling them a fucking diva, prima donna. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
No, I mean yes, as in no. Please continue.
The reason was this. The reason why he did this, it was to make sure that people would read the fucking contract. Because they knew that if they showed up to a show and they did not read the contract and there was blue M&Ms in the thing, that they did not do the full check and that everything was not secure. So they would have to go and secure everything.
Yeah,
because there was accidents. So it was their fucking way of doing that. So a lot of time people thought it was just fucking prima donna. No, because he threw a fit when he got there and there was blue M&Ms. Yeah, because they had to go through everything, check the set. The set was almost breaking down to the weight of the fucking speakers and everything. They could die.
Yeah,
they got hurt. Dude, it's fucking smart as fuck. But people thought he was a prima donna, and it's been talked for years. And Dave the other day was said, dude, that was fucking smart. I'm like, I know, right?
No, that band for me, that was like the best. For me, it was them and Guns N' Roses for the whole glam and hair metal era. Those are the two best bands that came out.
Dude, it's like you know who did the guitar and for Thriller?
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen, and he asked to not be credited, that he was doing it for free, and all he asked for was some dance lesson from Michael Jackson.
What? That's fucking gangster.
I did
fucking respect right there.
I did like that he left his little mark everywhere. That was like some Batman shit, you know.
You know what's the worst thing is that he showed up there and Michael Jackson was gone to go visit a set that was filming next to him. So Eddie showed up there and he was alone. So he technically rewrote the song, not the lyrics, but he changed the song a lot. And people were like, "Oh fuck, Jackson's not gonna like this," because you never know that Michael Jackson's anal about this is my shit, right?
Yeah. Right.
And he started listening. No, he actually made it better. We're going with this.
Yeah, like
dude, Eddie Van Halen was the shit.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
By the way, the original title for this was $1 a head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
and I stuck to that line also in the fucking movie because I thought it was fucking important. Yeah.
Yep. And it is.
One
of Quentin Tarantino's top 20 spaghetti westerns. Like
I said, NAVAJO.
I don't put this on my top 20, but it's
I
definitely
would.
top 40, and it is well worth your time, folks.
I would from what I've seen.
I would pay money to see you, Brian, and Quentin Tarantino talk about movies in a room. Like
that's the thing.
They like block you guys in the room and just like watch you two fuckers like talk.
Right, that's the thing. We probably get along really well. As much as I can't stand Quentin Tarantino, like we probably get along really well because we have like the exact same taste in movies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, oh brother, you're gonna have to split. We're gonna have
a little boogie right now, guys.
Definitely for a Jaeger bomb, I believe.
Yes, gonna have Donald DeLay talking Jaeger bomb.
Yeah,
And,
tell these fools where they can find you and where they should head, like right after we wrap this.
You guys could find me on my channel, Metal Movies and Brewskis, and we're doing Open the Gates, and we're gonna have on Donald DeLay's talking about his book Jaeger Bomb. It's the Kaiju versus Luchador book. And if you guys want to support me, you can check out my book Butch Cleaver. It's a horror western, and it's live on fundmycomic.com. I got the first 2 books right now ready to ship. So the first 10 backers get a free sketch card, and the first 30 get a bunch of tchotchkes. So thanks, Brian, for having me on as always, man. I appreciate it, brother. And Sam, it was cool talking with you, brother. Nice seeing you,
man.
Yeah, thanks for coming by last Saturday. And my Metal Movies and Brewskis live is going to be 8 o'clock Saturdays now. So it's letting you
I'm probably going to be doing Doodle and Chill and doing your sketch card live this weekend.
Ooh,
oh,
sick.
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sim, tell these fools where they can find you.
You can find me under Sim underscore Inkslayer on YouTube, Twitter, and all those nice little social media. Don't forget to check out the Inkslayer website where you can find a whole bunch of shit from me, Brian, and the rest of the crew. And go back to also now verse 2 because you don't have that much time to do so anymore. So go.
Yeah. And trust me, folks, you're going to want to read that shit because I'm checking it out right now, and this issue is going to be killer.
And like I said, it's 116 page for $25. Nobody offers that sweet of a deal.
No, it's going to be like a nice fat book.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's going to be, oh man. Yeah, no, people are going to be getting their money's worth. But I think, it's going to knock people's socks off, and that's what you need to do is knock people's socks off.
I've been working my ass off on it, and I think it's some of the best work I've done. And I try to do this. I try to do that to every project I work. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. Every book needs to be better than the next one, for sure. And dude, it's been fun watching you level up, man. That's one of the great joys of this scene.
And having been able to do this full time also helps me being able to deliver better. Because more time, more this, more. And I'm mainly just focused on this, other than having another job or doing too much side work.
Right. What up, Pops? Hope you're out of the hospital, bro. Yeah, Pops ended up in the hospital. I don't think because of an accident or anything. I just think because maybe he's just been sick lately. Maybe we want to get him checked out, make sure he doesn't have like pnemonia or something.
Or
just another motherfucker is dead.
Another thing is check your blood pressure if maybe that's it too, because that happened to me. Felt like a fucking heart attack.
Oh my god. But dude, no, happy.
Hopefully you're better. Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, dude, I got out of there and I quit smoking. I quit smoking. I quit. I'm getting back in shape.
I got a tube in my nose. Oh, brother. Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. I can't fucking stand hospitals. I hope you get out of there soon. Brother. Hospital ain't no place to get well.
No, it's actually a place where you can get sicker. So.
Yeah, it is. I have a hernia that caused my stomach to twist up into my chest cavity.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude. That's fucking savage. God damn. Well, dude, I hope, speedy recovery, man. That's, ow. What, did somebody hit you with the Dim Mak death touch or something? That's fucking...
No, but, at least it's something that's treatable.
Right. But it just sucks while you're there.
Yeah, no. But don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. It's not cancer. Man. It's not something that's stirred.
Right.
So technically, it's good news from what you could think by somebody showing up in the hospital going, I'm fucked. I'm in the hospital for 2 days. You think the worst, right? So just saying.
Right. Exactly.
Hopefully it gets resolved pretty quickly and fine.
Yeah. We're thinking about your Pops. Next week, we're going to be doing the Horror Movie Club, and the movie I'm thinking of doing is Death Machine.
Death Machine. I tried to find it. It's pretty fucking hard.
Oh, okay. I'll because there's a restored version that has like an extra 20 minutes or so, and is a much better movie than like the version that was released on cable. And
okay, how does it called?
Death Machine.
No. The special edition. How do they call it? Sometimes they have a name to it, like.
Oh yeah, like a director's cut or something. I don't know. I don't have it. I have a digital rip. I don't have the Blu-ray. But it is that's a sweet little movie. And like I said, it's by Stephen Norrington. It's the first movie by the guy who directed Blade. So
I was very tempted to see it, to be quite honest, but I couldn't.
Awesome.
I couldn't find a good. A good version of it. I'm gonna try again.
Oh yeah, well, if you want to buy a version, you can definitely get the extended version, which like I said is killer. Really, really good. I love that movie. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Sim, thank you for hanging out.
Oh, my pleasure.
And we will catch you next week, folks. And until then, peace, love, and